I've always really looked forward to the future. I mean, the movies made it look so appealing. We'd be living in these cool little bubble communities, and whatever we would be driving, gliding or hovering in was going to be sleek and sexy. Toyota brought us the harsh reality of the future of motoring in 1997 with the first generation Prius. Yeah, in South Africa, we only got it in 2005, the second generation. It was never the first thing in sexy. This is the fourth generation, and not much has changed. Or has it? Visually, the only things the new Prius has in common with its predecessors are the fastback profile and the flat-faced alloy wheels that resemble plastic wheel covers. Both are intended to facilitate airflow around the car, and it works. Toyota's engineers managed to whittle down the car's drag coefficient to just 0.24. Many of the abundant curves and creases that cover every surface of the new Prius serve an aerodynamic purpose, but they also endow it with a Lexus-like appearance. Now, regardless of your thoughts on the styling, the Prius can be easily distinguished from more mundane Toyotas, presumably because prospective owners are a slightly trendier bunch, the type that are going to hang out at cafes like Nice in Parkhurst. Nice is where we are, but nice certainly isn't how I would classify the styling of any Prius, including the fourth generation. But clearly they're doing something right, and I'm assuming people are buying this car based on its eco-credentials, because to date 3.5 million Priuses have found a home worldwide, which is staggering. For me, I just get a bit puzzled when Toyota keeps talking about this athletic presence and dynamic styling, sleek lines, eye-catching. Unless by eye-catching they mean they literally take your eyes and never give them back to you. This car isn't about looks, but for me the Prius isn't even about its eco-credentials. It's about the quality of the drive, and it's something that I think a lot of other manufacturers can learn from. What is significant is that this new Prius comes on Toyota's new global architecture. It's a new platform that's going to be used across many of their models coming to market, and what it's done is it's lowered the center of gravity of the car, made it a lot more compliant in terms of the high tensile materials they're using. High steel, 60% of the car is now made up of that, so it's a lot more rigid, there's a lot more integrity in the car from a driving perspective. They've reworked the front suspension, it's got the double wishbones rear, and that is what makes this car so compliant. So whether you're going over a really badly pockmarked road, it is super comfortable and smooth. They're also going to tell you that this Prius is dynamic, it's athletic, and how responsive the handling is. They're not lying, it really is. But then again, who's going to drive a Prius like that? For me, a Prius is meant to be something that you cruise along in, trying to get your fuel efficiency rates as low as possible, because that it does exceptionally well. Just how the Prius keeps those consumption figures down remains fascinating, even if the process is hardly new. It sets off in all-electric mode, and as you increase the pressure on the accelerator, the internal combustion engine kicks in. Lifts off sharply, and the electric motor becomes a generator, recharging the batteries as you coast to a halt. Once you come to a complete rest, both engines shut down so that neither electricity nor fuel is consumed. The proportions of the Prius have also changed. We spoke about the lowered center of gravity with the new chassis. Well, the car sits 15 millimeters lower. It's on the same wheelbase, but they've also made it slightly longer and a little bit wider. The benefit for you, obviously, more space in the interior of the car. But I think significant is the improvement in this clever stuff, the proper battery technology. The batteries are a lot smaller, a lot more efficient. They're able to charge a lot quicker, but because they're smaller, they can now fit under the rear seats, so you don't compromise any of your boot space. And the boot space actually is pretty impressive in the Prius. Equally impressive is the perceived quality inside the cabin, which represents a marked improvement over the old model. The new infotainment system, which is operated via touchscreen, is similar to that found in the Fortuner and Hilux, but includes a useful TFT display that indicates which motor is driving the wheels when the system is generating charge and how much power remains in the battery. A comprehensive trip computer provides fuel consumption data in minute detail. But seriously, it's a little bit overwhelming and above everyone's head essentially, unless you're a rocket scientist or you're presenting for Popular Mechanics. But what you need to know is that everything that needed to be improved from an efficiency perspective to ensure that the all-new Prius remains class leading has been achieved. Even their 1.8 litre VTI Atkinson cycle engine's been made more efficient. It's been reworked. All the fancy little stuff they do with the gases, well, that works a lot better. The battery's been made more compact, it charges a lot quicker and holds that charge for longer, so that gives you added efficiencies as well. And that brings me to the name Prius, which in Latin means front runner. They were the first in '97 to bring a mass-produced hybrid technology to the world. And with all the new changes in the fourth generation, they continue to lead the way.